Here was a major realization I had during my anxiety recovery. So when I was experiencing anxiety, what I was really experiencing was debilitating physical symptoms. I was convinced there was something wrong. I kept going to the doctors. The doctors were fed up of me. Every time I would go in, I could just tell. They're like, oh God, here he is again, trying to come up with something that's not even there. And I would make them run a series of tests. Once I started understanding that this was actually anxiety, once I started focusing on overcoming anxiety, here was the realization. And the realization was this: the body follows the mind. What that means is that once I started focusing on the anxiety, not so much on the physical symptoms, for me it was heart palpitations, it was blood pressure, I was having terrible digestive issues, I was having an array of symptoms. I had to push that to the side and I had to really focus on the anxiety. I had to really focus on responding correctly to the anxiety and focus on desensitizing my nerves. Now, here's what happened. As I was doing that, I was focusing on the anxiety was getting better. However, the symptoms were still there. So anybody in that situation would have said, oh God, but the symptoms are still there. Look, it's clear that there's something physically wrong. And this is one of the reasons why people are stuck in the cycle. They're trying to make their physical symptoms go away first. But with anxiety recovery, it's the opposite. If you focus on the anxiety, well, then the physical symptoms go away on its own. That's why so many people who have recovered, they still may be experiencing just a slight bit symptoms, not as extreme as they used to be. But what they say is that they're very confident that these symptoms are going to go away for good because they've lost the fear of their symptoms. They know if their heart palpitates, it's just due to excess adrenaline, just due to their nervous system, just being a little bit sensitized. It doesn't mean that there's something physically wrong because they've gotten everything ruled out. And just like all the other physical symptoms, once you start focusing on the anxiety, well, the symptoms will be there a little bit longer, but the consequence is that these symptoms end up going away at the end. The analogy I give is this. Now imagine you're driving, right? Now there is no brake in your car. All you can do is let go of the pedal. The pedal is the anxiety. If you just ease off on the anxiety and respond correctly, the car is still going to be moving longer, right? And think of the car as like your physical symptoms. The car is still moving, but the car will eventually slow down. That's how the physical symptoms go away. This was one of the many realizations I had during my anxiety recovery. If you really want to know more, check the comments section. There's a bunch of free resources.